Hello everyone. Today is our second day of our blockchain community event. I believe you really enjoy it because I really do. And before we get started, I have a small announcement. So guys, we continue to make a free NFT giveaway. So all information regarding it will be in your email boxes right after the presentation. And if during the presentation you want to ask our speaker, feel free to ask your question in our chat in Q&A section. So today we have a special guest. He is a global head of Web3 and Metaverse in EPAM system, whose expertise helps many startups and enterprises to grow their competence toward Web3 and Metaverse. So guys, I want you to welcome Mr. Ward de Cruyff. Hello, Ward. How are you doing today? We have a great audience here waiting for your presentation, so let's rock.
Thank you, Dennis, for the kind words and the good intro. A pleasure to be to speak with your community. Looking forward to answering those questions, but first let's embark on a journey I've been on behalf of myself. Let's see whether I can actually, well, tell something new to the community and which is of interest. And let's just start. What I actually plan to do is give a short intro on our positioning, the background, sharing some examples, and then discuss relevance and value creation. So an introduction to Web3. Let's provide with setting the scene and providing some context, right? So I think we're all quite tech savvy, have a strong tech background, but I think it's worthwhile considering how tech has democratized connection and expression. So this is just an illustration of a value lever I will take to the Stockholm community on Friday. They're responsible for destination marketing for the city of Stockholm. But look at this page and then the tech included, right? So where we go and evolve from Web 1 to 2 and currently Web 3, which is under construction, underway. So where we started with texts, we evolved to photos using our iPhone or Android smartphone, then user-generated content, leveraging video, buying iPads or whatever else. And currently we're talking about immersive experiences, which is all in VR or potentially in VR or through your game PC, exploring 3D worlds. So I find that quite exciting, and let's see what's behind it and what's driving this. So Web 1, Web 2, Web 3, I will not go into detail, but for me personally, the decentralized web is about ownership, co-creation, and then new forms of ownership, leveraging decentralization. So where Google and Meta are monetizing our identity, our data. I think the decentralized web by all means is meant to well, be more transparent, allow us to own our own data, and leverage IP, which we might acquire by minting an NFT or something else. A lot has to do with digital scarcity, and I will talk about that in a few moments. So Metaverse, I'm not going to provide a definition, but I think our point of view is that it's not limited to just virtual reality. It's interconnecting social media, AR, VR, gamification, blockchain, loyalty tokens, and cryptocurrency. That for me is how I look at the Metaverse. NFTs, I'm crazy about it. On the next page, I will tell you that I should have been speaking to you yesterday, and I will give you the rationale for that. But the funny thing about NFTs and non-fungible tokens is, if you look at the Beeple artwork on this, right? 5,000 pieces of small art. I think it's important to grasp what's going on within the NFT community, because the people's artwork was bought by someone in India for almost 70 million. But what you don't read on the web, or you really have to dig, is that the guy from India, Meta, Vikan, I believe is his name, he actually immediately issued fractionalized NFTs. So he's broken the people's artwork in fractionalized NFTs, making money instead of really spending 70 million. So a lot to grasp, but I love the mechanism behind NFTs and smart contracts in general. So why should I have been speaking with you yesterday? Because yesterday it was actually International NFT Day. Reason, most of you, I presume, are aware, is that the CTO of Dapper Labs, exactly yesterday, 5 years ago, actually issued the ERC 721 protocol, which is the backbone for NFTs. Some argue that the first NFT was actually the quantum artwork by Kevin McCoy, which was minted using Namecoin in May 2014. And I ask you, do scan this QR code on this page. It will bring you to an artwork that, if some of you might have attached a smart contract with, it could have been yours, and you could have owned the IP of the artwork and go sell it on OpenSea. However, it's an exciting journey, but only with a history of 5 years, where some may argue it's longer than 5 years. But a lot of it is yet to come, where it is about NFTs. So what's going on in beyond our community? I brought 2 examples, and that's one, luxury retailers, but also within automotive, really embracing digital twins, NFTs. So for me, the Aura blockchain is a good example where companies actually start collaborating, creating their own blockchain, which is actually meant to purely capture both production, supply chain, and consumption, the value chain, where it's all about community, personalization, creation on the consumer side, innovation, traceability, transparency on the B2B side. A great example of a lot of the initiatives currently going on in this space. Disruptive new business, right? So the Aura blockchain is one, but the Aura network, building the internet of NFTs. And so providing software which is being positioned as a one-stop solution for NFTs. So a lot of disruptive startups and within the community, people that attend the call today might even consider, hey, I'm going to launch my disruptive startup. But I think in this space is a lot of is about content creation, value creation. So let nothing stop you to explore and to go deep into this space. Where I see EPAM's opportunity around Metaverse is to accelerate the tools and integration needed to bring the Metaverse to life. For me personally, the Metaverse to date doesn't exist yet. It's underway, it's under construction. What will thrive the Metaverse? One, platforms. Behind the platforms, interoperability. If interoperability fails, the Metaverse will fail. But there will be a few leading platforms, whether it's Epic Games, whether it's Meta, whether it's Microsoft. Those platforms are key to foster and build communities. Important to really make those platforms work are tool sets and solutions to enable the creators to be creator. That's where we come in and can actually focus on accelerating those tool sets and solutions, and ultimately system integration, whether it's data interoperability, if I refer to Victor's call just now, or platform interoperability. We will see a lot of system integration to actually enable next generation commerce propositions. that's where we have an opportunity as EPAM as well. Our view on Web3 and the Metaverse. One, freedom of choice where it comes to, hey, I want to use my iPad, mobile, gaming PC to basically experience 3D worlds. That's already going on within the gaming community. Alternatively, I'm going to need my hardware, my goggles. I'm going to use my Oculus to really immerse myself in virtual worlds. But there should be freedom of choice where it is related to the hardware. I define Web3, the Metaverse, as the next creator economy, the experience economy, where we move from click to buy to experience to buy. But in EPAM, I think we're lucky to have competency centers, which I consider to be the building blocks of Web3 and Metaverse. So it's AR, VR, MR, XR, blockchain and NFTs. So this community is really key and important, but also AI, computer vision, IoT, robotics. Surely game development and privacy and security will be a key element to make it work as well. NFTs, I will not go into a lot of detail because I brought a lot of examples today, but I think NFT is a groundbreaker. Beyond the hype is you could attach a smart contract to digital art, music, or whatever else. I think the term digital might actually become the buzzword beyond interoperability, because people and companies and brands are giving new meaning to the term digital. But I think the beauty of NFTs and why I fell in love with the mechanism, you can use it for whatever you feel like. Personally, from a business perspective, it's a means to transform loyalty, build community, and go deep into the IP game where it's about digital rights. Let me share a movie which summarizes what's currently going on. The movie we have produced summarizes what's currently going on in Web3 Metaverse, but let's dive a little bit deeper where it comes to Web3 NFT. So what do we see? New territories in the place of physical. So quick wins, digitizing historical catalogs. Ralph Lauren has done it, Fortnite, Valencia has done it on Fortnite, right? Providing skins and turning those skins in digital items where you can have your own unique hoodie, which you can wear in Fortnite as well as in real life. So those are the quick wins. Because of COVID, we saw a rise of virtual concerts. So whether it's Travis Scott or Ariana Grande on Fortnite, 3D experiences, which are really next level. EPAM actually built a scaffolding for those virtual concert on Fortnite, right? So we will see much more of it, but also signature brand VR experiences. Nike Land on Roblox, see a lot happening on Decentraland. So brands are really testing the waters where it comes to AR and VR. NFTs, utility NFTs, right? So Nike did one clever thing, which is actually acquiring a company called Artifact, an acquisition of $600 million, where they are leading the way. So year to date, almost generating 200 million in revenues, by really having a clever strategic roadmap with NFTs heavily embedded into it. So it's about co-creation, it's about IP, it's tapping into Gen Z, and it's really wowing the world. Another best-in-class example, Yuga Labs with the Bored Ape Yacht Club, bringing apes to life in a period of, I think now, 16 months' time. The company that started in 2021 introducing Bored Apes has a valuation of 4 billion in a bear market, right? So it used to be 5 billion. We're in a bear market, but currently 4 billion. We see restaurants with Bored Ape. We see Ape Border. So people are really leveraging their IP. And as you could have seen in the movie, there's actually a DJ that owns the NFT of a Bored Ape, and he's bringing that ape to life by having the Bored Rave Club. So he actually performed on Tomorrowland and dropping in an EDM track. Exclusive digital collectibles. So earning rewards like you as a community are doing, but actually getting the in real life value. So there are a lot of NFT projects out there, but to be honest, 95% you can't derive value from. Providing utility or access is really crucial to drive success on Web3. Example of access NFTs, Coachella actually introduced artwork and lifelong VIP access with smart contracts attached to it. I think earnings of lifetime VIP access to Coachella was sold for $250,000. You could argue whether that $250,000 is fair value for getting to Coachella as a VIP, but people are paying it. I think it's fair value. And what you see as well is how organization, brands, musicians actually bring in augmented reality during concerts, events, bringing NFT to life through augmented reality, which is really about driving next level consumer or customer experiences. Gucci. Gucci, they're serviced by Media Monks, Dutch company, and they are really trying to be at the forefront of everything Web3 and the Metaverse is offering them. So whether it's from a marketing perspective, accepting Bitcoin or cryptocurrency in store. Recently, they started accepting ApeCoin related to the Bored Ape Yacht Club community, doing a lot with NFTs, but also 3D wearables, pushing and collaboration, partnerships, leveraging digital avatars to allow people to represent themselves in Gucci worlds. Digital, so really introducing new product innovations, digital in real life and virtually. So really driving immersive experiences, all to engage with Gen Z and build community. So using Miley Cyrus to actually bring her to life, both in real life and the metaverse. Another great example, Steve Aoki, he understood it well, right? I find it hard to believe the amount of money he made by being at the forefront. Apparently, it's close to $1 billion in gross revenues, but just look at this one pager, right? So he's building his Aokiverse to do virtual concerts, which I showed. He has his own NFTs, and he's leveraging the segmentation and tiering of smart contracts quite cleverly. So bringing NFTs to the next level. So we see adoption of NFTs that way, where people actually start differentiating and tiering membership, if you like, by the community. But go check out Steve Aoki and what he's done with NFTs in the metaverse. It's a great example. Deep diving on some of the best-in-class digital ecosystems currently at play. So I touched on Artifact and the acquisition by Nike. So far, they've issued 9 NFT collections, which is linked to CloneX, their digital avatar. Total sales, almost 200 million year to date, 75% coming from royalties. So allowing NFT holders to actually resell their NFTs on NFT marketplaces, where a lot of digital fashion is attached, right? NFC, near field communication, augmented reality. It's about co-creation, customization, proof of ownership, certificates of authentication related to unique pair of shoes or hoodies or whatever else, showcasing that in your own VR world. Tiffany & Co., a nice and clean example. Only one NFT collection recently launched, again with Yuga Labs owning CryptoPunks. So with the earnings of Bored Ape Yacht Club, they said, well, let us take over CryptoPunks. One NFT collection sold out in 20 minutes, 0 royalties attached, but generating 12.5 million. Key message to this, and this is a good example, you should leverage the power of the brand. Whether you want to partner with a disruptive startup, I will leave that to the brands, to the customers we service. But I believe if you have the power of the brand, you can really make Web3 work for you and start building community. Not because I'm fond of beer, I am, but also of wine. Sharing Budweiser as an example, because they're really at the forefront and fully grasping the opportunity of Web3 and Metaverse. So far, 4 NFT collections, Legends. So I think their first NFT collection was actually tiered, came with VIP access, a tiered approach around their beer can. So in the year 1936, they produced the first beer can, and they issued their first collection consisted of 1936 different NFTs, different artworks, VIP access, entry to the Budverse, their version of the early version of the metaverse, but also Legends. Total sales 5.8 million, 0 royalties attached. A best-in-class example to be replicated by CPG brands. Recently, Starbucks joined the hype around Web3, leveraging Web3 tech to transform loyalty. So this is all about digital collectibles, where they actually see the NFTs as an access pass to the global Starbucks community. They partnered with Polygon, so on the Polygon blockchain. Good choice. Leveraging Odyssey, I would have argued whether you should actually partner with the likes of Odyssey. We had a customer meeting last week leveraging Odyssey. I think at EPAM we can do much better and create real wowing VR worlds, servicing brands like Starbucks. That's the B2C side. So what do we see on the enterprise application side? I think a lot of automotive brands, whether it's Alfa Romeo, Maserati, especially Daimler and Mercedes-Benz, their single source of truth is the digital twin that comes with NFTs. So logging all information on blockchain. Alfa Romeo with their latest car, the Tonale, they're going to log repair and maintenance records on blockchain. So NFTs we will not only see within B2C, we will see a lot in B2B as well. And that is quite interesting. Since the last few weeks, I think the gaming industry, they are reluctant to speak about the metaverse. They talk about Web3, not the metaverse, but what we actually see is the adoption of NFTs by game engines, game providers, gaming platforms as of last week, right? So Fortnite or Epic Games actually launched their first NFT game. Engine a few days ago started introducing NFTs for Grand Theft Auto, where an NFT will be attached to in-game assets and log them on blockchain. NFT marketplaces, so where we see a lot of marketplaces like OpenSea, Rarible, or whatever else, I think what the future will hold, and there you guys can support our customers as well, is developing NFT marketplaces that sits within the digital mobile and then digital ecosystem of brands, right? So I think ultimately, whether it's a fashion retailer or an automotive company, they will actually embed an NFT marketplace in their own digital ecosystem, servicing their community. What's the relevance? I think Web3 for me is about transforming customer loyalty, leveraging Web3 technology, hence blockchain, NFTs. It's evolving brand perception and increasing brand equity, right? Because I think the communities, perhaps also this blockchain community, it solves the brand heat with Gen Z millennials who are tech savvy, digital savvy. I consider them to be the next generation consumer, and it's about next generation commerce. It drives new commercial growth models where in Asia we've seen a huge pickup of live shopping. I think it's fair to say that in the US and Europe, live shopping actually stays behind. But imagine leveraging the metaverse to push live shopping. I think that might outperform and outpace social commerce. So drive new commercial growth. And you've seen the NFT examples really generating material revenue figures. Reduce environmental impact. So the beauty of digital is actually you're attaching a smart contract to a 3D wearable, which you can transport to any virtual world of your liking once interoperability is cracked. But it doesn't come with a physical supply chain. So 3D wearables, digital skins, I think you can argue that it's actually reducing the environmental impact. The video I showed, I think it illustrated that last year, 2021, virtual goods represented almost 60 billion in revenue, which is double the size of the music industry. So go imagine what you can do with that. Ultimately, it's building community. I honestly believe, or I touched on my vision for Web3, that the decentralized web is about building community. So rather than being dependent on targeting audiences through Google and Facebook, these days Meta, I think Web3 is aimed to operate your own brand experience platform and really foster and engage with your community that want to belong to the community and have brand desirability by all the experiences offered on the platform. Opportunity for value creation. So I'm using an example of Adidas, right? One of EPAM's customers. And I think their vision on value creation, leveraging Web3 in the metaverse, is virtual goods and immersive experiences, enhanced e-commerce, next-gen commerce, and co-figure, right? A lot of us potentially are addicted to our phone and spend hours per week at least on shopping, but that's shopping based on a flat 2D picture. So imagine entering a virtual world where you can shop in 3D. That's more exciting than e-commerce as it is today. Ultimately, create a new normal. So tokenized customer engagement, fueling tokenomics, where think also will be less dependent on large financial institutions, where brands with global consumer adoption might decide, hey, I have my loyalty token and I'm going to evolve my loyalty token into a digital currency offering, having my own coin. And what I envision for me, whether it's Adidas or Nike, I want to leverage their digital currency, go to a Real Madrid game, pay with my Adidas coin or Nike coin, without being dependent on financial institutions. I think we're in a good space, right? A lot of people of you might actually have been involved with crypto kitties. Crypto kitties were definitely at the forefront. I think they're performing so these days. The near blockchain protocol is doing fine, but we've got this knowledge, and this knowledge we can turn into our benefit by advising and building for our customers. NFT marketplaces, as said, that will be a new normal within digital ecosystems of our customers. We're building loyalty token platforms, right? So the loyalty token solutions we offer can evolve into digital currencies, and we will see a lot of that happening in the future. Last movie, before I close off, this is how a brand like Adidas could leverage the power of Web3 to transform loyalty, build community with Adidas members. That's the end of the presentation. I'm going to open up for questions if there are questions, and we'll stop sharing my screen.
So it was awesome, Ward. Thank you very much. Yeah, I believe we are starting to live in cyberpunk world right now. Yeah, it was cool. So and I'm happy that EPAM also involved in Metaverse and Web3 activities. Yeah, and for me personally, as a EPAMer, it would be a great to, to participate in such project. So thank you very much. And let's check if we have a question here. Unfortunately, not much. Yeah, one more thing that I want to mention. I've been a very huge fan of electronic dance and music, and it was surprise for me that Steve Aoki participating in Metaverse, and I'm personally definitely will check his site and what he did. Yeah, thank you very much.
It's worthwhile checking out, absolutely.
Yeah, so guys, if you have a question, please use our community forum, and you can ask, and afterwards we can answer it. So thank you word again. And guys, before we are stopping, I'd like to tell you that, and I'd like to ask you to stay online because we have many very interesting events afterwards. So next one will be regarding tokenomics. If you're interested, so stay online and have a good time and enjoy it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Dennis. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Cool.